Like, shout out to the 76 of you guys watching this. So yeah, he had double Ash, by the way, plus Ogre this game one. So like, Fua would have just hand looped myself. Discards the Lolly. So he's just like, fuck it, we're keeping double Ash. See, this is why I love Brandon White though. Like, can we just like agree that Brandon White is like built different? Like, are we all Brandon and White believers nowadays? So like, so apparently this is where you should have ashed me. And I agree where, like, if you see Ketsu, you probably have to ash it. Like, honestly, all things considered. Like, he doesn't know I'm on branded yet, to be fair. But he chooses to just respond to it. I don't know, I just feel like Ketsu breaks his board too much. Like, I guess, like, with Urgala, it doesn't really, but, like, I just go triple Altharion here, and I know this is just surprise, so, like, he has to have Valor, and if he has Valor, I have Branded and Red to play around the Shrouded. Like, that was the play here. I was like, there's no reason I shouldn't just dump my whole hand here because I have Brandon Red to tag Shrouded in, and then I could banish these off for a Chaos Star Source if I wanted to pop one. That was my line of reasoning if there was a Valor in his hand. Ketsu is legit better than Rahu going second, 120%. But I should have probably targeted this thing, but like, whatever. I don't know, it like worked out. And then I get Ash finally. And I go for Shrouded into Albaz because we have the white, so that gives me guaranteed plays. Like, this helps me play on very low advantage. Like, this thing's dead as fuck in my hand. Then I go Lucius normal summon because that's my top deck. It's a pretty good one because that got me to what I needed, frankly. Especially, like, with this deck that has not many, like, pushes, like, having just few interactions that are, like, devastating, like, a fuse into 2 pops, for instance. And also, Secretarion, the GOAT. Like, I could not have done this without it. I'm gonna have to do a replay of this for sure, just because, like, Secretarion just, like... there was no other card in the situation that won me the game than Secretarion. Besides, like, an Ido, I guess. I don't know. But then he goes, like, Ogre, but then, like, the white insulates through it. And this is where I was like, I could banish Secretarion or Altharion. I don't... but, like, I hadn't even, like, materialized the line with the Phimina into Chaos Star Source at this point. But my, like, logic was... and that's what happens with Brandon a lot of the time. You just, like, if you know how to play it optimally... you can sometimes, like, not just, like, play 5D chess and, like, think 12 steps ahead, because as long as you're, like, doing optimal lines into the deck you're playing against, like, it all just comes together, as long as, like, you have, like, a good think there, like I did with the Titanclad, if that makes sense. So, yeah, like, the Altharion just seemed better, because... actually, no, I think that was my logic, was just, like, keeping a monster on... I needed a monster on board for Phimina, and you guys see... I have Urgala plus Phimina. I had that in the back of my head the whole time. I was like, well, I dumped Urgala, so I need to get Phimina, and then I can get this back for discard. And I didn't realize it would be a double pop Chaos, but it ended up being the best possible situation. And this is where I was like, okay, well, Titanclad is probably... like, because if I go for red, like, even if Brandon Red was in my deck, I think Titanclad was incorrect. Or Branded, or, yeah, like, setting Branded Red would be incorrect there. I think Titanclad's usually the only thing that can get you there if you have literally nothing else. Like, nothing else. Titanclad's usually what you go for, because then you go Clem for Cartesia or, like, Albaz, right? And, like, but here I had a better play because I could get Phimina back, and then, yeah. And this was just, like, at this point, then I have double pop, and, you know, I just have to hope that's enough. Well, I have 2 pops, because, well, I MJ banished the Snatchy. So, like, at this point... and he doesn't even have that bad of, like, follow-up, frankly. But, like, the issue... like, he could have... I'm surprised he didn't link into Snatchy. Like, if he linked it to Snatchy here... like, you would have won the game, right? Because then you can just quick effect Snatchy on the Chaos Star Source, right? So, I was, like... I was 150... he didn't even Ash... he drew another Ash. That's his top deck. That's funny. Like, so I was definitely happy he didn't go Snatchy there. I was honestly just like, if he goes Snatchy here, I'm probably fucked. like yummy players in the chat, let me know why the fuck did he not go Snatchy there? Like, why would you go Cookie Yummy there? That just seems like it opens up to like whatever. I mean, I guess like he knows I have Flame and then he knows I have Phymena, so it's just like he should know I have plays into Chaos Star Source, right? I guess some builds don't run Chaos, but I feel like this is the only card that could have worked here. Like, I'm never cutting Chaos Star Source. This card's better than Guardian Chimera. It's your best. I don't know. It comes up less in this build somehow, even though, but like, like that line, I think when you're doing Secretarion lines, it comes up a lot. Okay, winning this game was crazy. I was like, this hand actually isn't that good, to be honest. But the thing is like, Book of Eclipse is just like, it actually baits out the whole board. By the way, we're just doing the replay live, so fuck it. Say hi to YouTube. This is going to be a replay on YouTube. So we got like 76 of y'all watching. I'm sure y'all will be fine with seeing a little more content. He opens up Gozen match called by Yummy Surprise Lollipopo and then Double Lolly into Snatchy. I have Thrust, Dark Ruler, Book of Eclipse, Sarnier, Quem. So then he just does like standard Yummy stuff. Goes into the Cupsy. Cookie, Cupsy, and honestly, like, Gozen match called by, like, not bad all things considered. And I did definitely misplay this game a little bit, but like, that's okay. We still like nab the bag. And this board's gonna be a lot better since he started last game with Obedience Schooled, right? So that's already gonna make your end board a lot worse, all things considered. So like, for instance, if they don't, you know, they always end on Herald, right? Which is just like bad for like branded decks for the most part. Elsewise, he was ending on Herald, so that's like really only reason why we were able to break that last board with only Drakental cards. But this is where I was like, I was like thinking I could Sarnier whatever he Metal Marchered, but you guys see why I didn't, because like I needed the Sarnier in hand, like. Especially if I'm going to go into Drakental cards, like, I definitely need the Sarnier in hand. Quem's my normal. Like, Quem, I could go normal, send Mercourier, and then banish the Mercourier, and then we're all good. Guess no roast? We're definitely going to be roasting. I mean, it's going to be... We're at 30 likes right now, 10 away, guys. Let's hit 40 likes so we can roast deck list before we go. We're at 3 hours right now. I'll probably be streaming for 1 more hour. So if we can hit it by then, we will. And then if not, we'll just roast. We'll just roast what we got at the end. Definitely gonna roast deck list. So yeah, Cupsy Yummy or Cookie into Herald with surprise set. He has Gozen, and seeing the set 3, I was like, there's probably like a Purge or something. I don't know, or like a Solemn. So I just like needed to like, I felt like. The Feather Duster was the correct play, but you guys will see I go Book of Eclipse here, which does bait the Thrust, right? Because he has to chain it, unless he has like a Solemn Judgment. Solemn Judgment would have been pretty good here. If he had Ash here, that would have been fine by my eyes, because then I could go Thrust, but then he negates with Herald, but then, or I could go Dark Ruler and then Thrust, right? So he heralds that, which is fine, and then I go Thrust. He chains the Lollipopo to summon out the Cupsy plus the Yummy Way. And this is where I should have Dark Rulered him, guys, because I gave him a free draw. He could have drawn like an Ash and like killed me, but I got a little lucky, I think. So I searched the Feather Duster. I was like, if I had Evenly, I'd search for Evenly for sure, because Evenly just covers more ground here. But this just like also checks his 4 back row, right? Like 1 for 4 is always good in my opinion. Like, when I already have like a clear line, I have the Rahu plus a clear line to Branded Fusion. Like, I felt very like inclined to search a spell and trap card removal, so I don't just like randomly lose to it. I could, if he had like if he had 1 card set and 4 cards in hand, I would have just searched Talents to take his hand, right, or to rip his hand. There's no real difference on that one. So he goes Cupsy or into Dominus Purge, which actually is fucking crazy because that could have affected me. But, like, honestly, like, our deck, like, plays around Purge so well, so it doesn't even matter. And then, so he goes Surprise here on Resolution. since he knows I have the Feather Duster, and then he can go into the Herald, so he can try and negate the Feather Duster, but then obviously I have the Dark Ruler. And this is why I still think Dark Ruler is, like, the best against this deck. I don't know, you don't have to deal with the Herald, because if this was Droplet, I'd have to only set, I would have to send my spells, right? So this is why Dark Ruler is just like, generically way better into this deck. And now he has no plays, right? I mean, well, once I Feather Duster him, right? Unless he has the Purge, but the thing is here, I just go Rahu Draco, or I go Quemifact, send the Cartesia. I was like, if he has Valor here, whatever. Honestly, like, Valor here was whatever to me. This is, but also, like, why are you playing, like, I saw a Valor in the Yummy deck before. It's like, why are you running Valor in a deck with Herald, right? I don't know. But, and here, like, sending the Cartesia gets me so much because it gives me 2 pushes into Branded Fusion here. Also lets me get to, like, Chain Link 4, just generate a lot of advantage, sending the Phimina. And then we go Altharion, just break the board, right? Because Altharion gets to target the Phimina, Quebm gets to revive the Cartesia, Sarnier gets to trigger and send a Branded Retribution, which and then the Cartesia gets to revive to then get us to a Gwignall, which gets us to Branded Fusion. Then you just, yeah. With playing around that Purge. So that was actually a really good game. GG's. Yeah, Branded best deck, right? Y'all see Yummy playing through hand traps. How about Branded? Just 2-0ing Yummy. How about that? What was his last Snatchy? And Scourge would help them still pop Field Spell and then Snatchy. Most don't. Usually it's just Songs, Purge, Ash. They try to avoid Azuna as much as they can, for sure. I mean, yeah, for sure. Most don't run the Valor. It was weird to see it. All right, YouTube, leave a like on the video if you did enjoy that replay against Yummy, of course. We do, you know, we're going to keep up the series, you know, going over replays for Dueling Book. I'm pretty addicted to Dueling Book at this point. I think it's been the best testing, been meeting a lot of great duelists on here, so check out the streams, guys, if you want to see stuff like this live streamed, of course, every Monday and Friday at 6 p.m. EST. Leave a comment down below what your favorite part of this gameplay was, and with that being said, we'll be seeing you guys later. Bye now.